Welcome to what is a momentous moment, dare I say. It is the beginning of the most exciting time in all of our lives. That would be the inaugural Imposter Kings Tournament. That's right, folks. It all begins tonight. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the waiting, all the bated breath, all culminating in this moment right now. You are in the exact right spot, and you are here with us. That's right. You are here with the creator of the game. Sina, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi there, I'm Sina. I created this fine game and I'm excited to get this tournament underway. This is really exciting for me because we've been playing a lot of games internally. And once you play your game quite a lot of times, you kind of start losing focus on exactly what a new player experience looks like, or more importantly, what it looks like when you've played the same routine over and over again. I'm really excited to see, I think, some unique plays that are going to come out, just judging by these people, everyone here who has been warming up. So it's pretty exciting for me. And obviously, I'm rocking the Imposter Kings background, so that's pretty exciting too.
That's right. And for all those of you who are wondering who I am, I'm Dan Koch. I was one of the early play testers of the Imposter Kings and was quite taken by this game. I think it's fantastic. I'm the biggest cheerleader. I think, well, no, they're big cheerleaders for this game all across the world, but I certainly like it an awful lot. So Sina and I have a regular tilt on Tuesday nights. We've been at it hammer and tong since COVID began. And tonight we are going to be presenting you, we're going to be casting all games of the Imposter Kings tournament. It's going to be full of thrills, excitement. Hopefully you'll learn a little bit about this game. Hopefully it tempts you into perhaps pre-ordering a deck for yourselves, or at least to take an interest to enjoy what I think is just an absolutely terrific, dare I say, transcendent card game
Wow.
experience.
I didn't know we were busting out the day five vocabulary already. This is gonna be insane.
You know, this may be day one of the tournament, but I'm already in day 8 form. What can I say, Sina? There you have it.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Tonight we have the matchup between JohnnyGo and masterx328. And so it should be quite an exciting tournament tonight. Both players have played the game on and off throughout time. I believe JohnnyGo is actually a new recent player, but masterx328 has actually been playing it since the first iteration of this game, and it has changed quite a lot since then. So we'll see what Master X Lee can do, Master X328 can do tonight with all the new rules that he's going to be learning on the fly, essentially.
That's right. It's one of the exciting things about this game. It's evolved a lot in the last year. I know, having had a similar experience where I originally played the game about a year ago, took a little bit of a break, came back, and it changed quite a bit for the better, I dare say. There's something even more fun to play, but it takes a little while to get back in the swing of things. We'll see if that's a factor tonight.
I like that. It's like you took a step back because you're just like, it was too intense. I'm all washed up, and then you came back, and now you're here playing and commentating. One of the most supportive members of the group. So I think we're about ready to introduce our players here. So why don't we go ahead and do that? So first up, we have JohnnyGo. He's going to be taking player one. His self-proclaimed statement is that he likes to play games, and he's been playing Imposter Kings for like a month now, question mark. And that's about right. JohnnyGo has been enamored by the game, I dare say, pretty quickly into playing his first couple games, and has been begging to play two-player games with anyone who stops by the Discord. So he is a force to be reckoned with, as much as how humble he is with his intro. And on the other side, we've got Master X328. His intro reads as, Dan's a fearsome Imposter Kings player who has been playing the game since he's retired from Tetris 99, where he has never won a game. As I mentioned before, Master X328 has been playing this game since the inception of it. I basically have asked him, hey, try out this new version, and now he's coming to the tournament looking for bloods.
That's right. I'd say, you know, despite that long gap, he will be a very formidable opponent indeed. I don't know, Sina, do you think there's a favorite going into this one? Do you think anyone's got the advantage going into the game tonight?
You know, it's really a wild card. Both of them have shown a lot of different combos that I haven't seen before, both terrible and amazing. So it's kind of a wild gambit of strategies that can really throw you off in this game. If you're not used to someone using a specific card that has a purpose that most people are like, oh, that's how you play that card, it can really throw you for a whirl and actually cause you to lose the game. So I'm actually really excited to see what kind of cool tactics people are going to play throughout this entire tournament, really.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, especially for players who, maybe are just building that experience base, to see plays that one had never thought before. One of the great things about this game is every card has so much depth to it, so many different little edges to it. Every edge is meaningful. There's a play that can be meaningful in every corner and facet of what each card can do, and we'll see if there are any of those that come out tonight. So with all of that magic coming into play, I can hear our players getting excited. By the way, thank you everyone who's joining in. There's a hearty crowd that's been joining in right now. Juno Balls, Gavzilla, so great to see you as the crowd is in. Everyone's getting hype. One thing I do want to note, what definitely picks the energy up is emojis. Just blast the chat with emojis, folks. That is what makes this gentleman right here to my left get hype. And for 100 small gems, or whatever my channel currency is, you can emphasize a message. And Jorge Posada, Yankee all-timer, great to see you join tonight. This is a tourney. This is the first in the series. So just to tee up a couple of quick things. So first off, yes, it is a tournament. You are seeing the first game of a tournament. If you want to learn more, just go to theimposterkings.com/tournament. It has all the details, including what you're looking at right now, which is the tournament bracket. So right now we are in game number 1 between JohnnyGo and masterx328. And as is noted, we've got the whole schedule here. The next game in the tournament is going to be on Friday night, the 7th, also at 9 p.m. PST on this channel. And that's going to be between MDGT and Juno Balls. So if you like what you saw tonight, the next tournament game is just around the corner. It's going to be a blast. Speaking of this fine game, we might have some new folks joining tonight, so there's no better time than the present to talk about how it actually works. How do you actually play this game here of Imposter Kings? So, just to walk everyone through it quickly, the way Imposter Kings is done is players take turns playing a card from their hand onto the throne. The objective is to be the last player able to play a card. So players just take turns playing a card into the center of the table. The player that wins is the last one who can make a play. Cards can only be played on cards of equal or lesser value, unless they have a special ability that allows them to get played on the current top card. So as an example here, here's a sample card, the Elder. Again, projecting big Karen energy, side-eyeing you up good and swell there. Notice the Elder's got that big number 3 in the top left-hand corner. That means it is worth 3. It can only be played on cards of 3 or less. But notice also the text that says you may play this card on any royalty. There are 2 royalty cards in the deck. They're both 9s. But yes, the humble Elder, even with that little 3, can be played on top of them because of that special ability. A couple of other things to note. There are 18 cards in the deck. It is the same 18 every time. Each player is dealt 8. The remaining 2 cards get burned, 1 face up and 1 face down. That's very significant because that means that whatever you didn't get, you can assume your opponent got, except for that 1 face down burn card. Pretty interesting indeed. There is a poker element. You're absolutely right, Gavzilla. Each player also starts with a face-up king card. Prior to each hand, each player must burn 1 card of the 8 they got. That goes face down in front of them. They also select 1 card from the remaining 7 as their successor card to place face down next to their king card. We'll talk about what that means in a second. Speaking of the king card, here is the king card. And notice the text on it. You can flip your king once per game to disgrace the card currently on the throne and to take that face-down successor card into your hand. Successor card doesn't start in your hand, but you can take it into your hand by playing your king, which you can do once per hand. Other thing to note about the king, disgraced cards, such as cards disgraced by flipping your king, on the throne have a value of 1 and have no special properties. So they go from gallant to goofus by virtue of getting disgraced. Another thing to note here, here's the Inquisitor card. It's got the big 4 in the top left-hand corner. There's 2 of them out of the 18 in the deck, so they can be played on cards of 4 or less. Notice that power. You may say a card name. Other players with that card in their hand must play one into their antechamber. The antechamber cards must be played next turn, regardless of whether it would be otherwise a valid play. So what that means is, effectively, the Inquisitor means you can guess a card in your opponent's hand, and if they have it, they have to play that card next turn. You get information about what's in their hand. You also get to dictate their strategy. Very powerful if you do it right. A couple of other cards we'll be talking a lot about tonight. First off, there is the Fool, that humble number 1 there on the left. You might think it's hard to play, and it is. The card has to be disgraced, but if you do get to play it, that means any card that's face up in the stack, you may then pull into your hand. Can be game breaking if you can play it at the right time. And on the right, that's the Assassin. The Assassin is a humble 2, but if your opponent flips their king and you've got the Assassin in your hand, you win. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So the Assassin is always lurking, and players must always be mindful of where it is in the world until you can take care of it. A couple of last things to note for tonight. Games are to 7 points. The way the hands are scored, you get 1 point for winning. You get an additional point for winning with your opponent having at least 1 card in their hand. You also get an additional point if you can win without playing or flipping your own king. Sina, anything else you want to toss in on top of that?
Nope. I think if you're new to the game, there's that Assassin and Fool that Dan was talking about. The Assassin especially, if one player has it, the other player, since it's always the same deck of cards and there's only 1 burned card, it's likely that the other person has it in their hand. So they have to be really wary about flipping their king. Otherwise, it's lights out for them. So
that's right. This is a game about information. You should generally know what's in your opponent's hand. You definitely want to know what's in your opponent's hand. It takes some work to get there. So, all right. Well, let's zoom on back to the Zoom. No pun intended. A little intended. Sina, are you ready to play some Imposter Kings?
Oh, I think I am.
All right. Well, let's go join our 2 competitors in the arena, and we're going to see them here in 10 seconds. Here we go into the arena of Imposter Kings. And here's the table. As you can see, we've got JohnnyGo and masterx328 here joining us in Tabletop Simulator. I think we are ready to rock.
Yep. So the first thing they'll be doing,
ready, Master X?
we can hear their voices, by the way, which is kind of the best part about this.
I'm ready for this.
Oh, they're ready.
All right, you want to pick up the first king?
Will do.
So the first thing they'll do is determine which player gets to go first, or choose who gets to choose who goes first based on their hands. And so they're
Looks
looking for.
like you're going first.
I think we draw cards first.
Oh, okay.
So Master X pulled the true king
Does
here,
it matter
which
who
means
draws
that
first?
he gets to choose
I
who
believe
goes
you
first.
get to draw first because you have
Alright.
the first player king.
Here we go.
Okay. So this is going to be our, oh gosh, burned card, or unburned, or our face down burned card.
Got it?
So Dan, tell me what's going on in these hands.
So a couple of quick things to note. First off, the burn card that's face up is the Mystic. The Mystic's very powerful because it can be used to kill off or invalidate any number within the deck. In terms of the hands that we've got, so looking at JohnnyGo's hand, let's go ahead and zoom on it, shall we? So interesting hand we've got here. First off, the thing to note, he got the Fool. He did not get the Assassin. He didn't get either of the royalty cards either of those 9s, the Queen or the Princess that are top of the heap. He did get a Sentry and an Elder to counteract the usage of those royalty cards that we might see on the other side of the table. Be interesting strategy here. Sina, any thoughts that come to mind about how you'd play a hand like this?
Yeah, this is a tough one, but he does have the Elders, which let him combat those 9s. He also has a combo that you'll see quite frequently, which is the number 6 over there on the left side is called the Oathbound. And if you play it on a higher value card, you have to play another card. And so you can actually combo that from playing your 6 on a higher value card, then play a Fool, immediately allowing you to pick up a card, any card you want from the pile that they're going to be playing on. It's called the Court. And so that's also really powerful. So he's got some pretty powerful cards, and he's got that 6-1 combo.
Great.
Let's check out the other hand.
All right, zooming to the other side of the table. So we see here, very nicely ordered, by the way, much appreciated, Master X. The Assassin there lurking on the left-hand side, and both royalty cards looming there on the right-hand side. Sina, thoughts on this hand?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a dominant position. He doesn't have any 8s or 7s, which is kind of concerning. And you know that JohnnyGo's got the got the 2 elders to handle both of those royalty cards. And so we'll just have to see. I mean, I think this could be actually an even hand, just depending on how they play it. What really matters is who Master X determines goes first, because he has the true king. He can choose who goes first.
All right, well, there we have it, folks. Let's go ahead and zoom over to our table view and give them the signal that it's time to play some Imposter Kings. There we go. There's the tap, and they are going to rock as they begin. So the first thing they need to decide is which card in their hand they are... Well, actually, no. The first thing they need to decide, and specifically that Master X needs to decide, is who's going first. And then once that's decided, then each player needs to burn one card from their hand, discard it outright, face down, and then pick their successor card. So I see
Sort my hand real fast.
Shuffling and sorting.
All right. I am going to put down...
Wait. They need to do their burning.
Oh, they will. I think they're just deciding which one they're...
Ah, okay. Yeah. For a second there, I was a little bit concerned.
Can I do it at the same time?
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to do it first because I'm going first, but yeah, I don't know that it is hugely important.
So let's just take a quick peek at what's getting burned. Interesting that Johnny decided to discard one of those elders, knowing that he has neither of the royalty cards and may need to counteract 2 royalty cards. Looks like Master X, not surprisingly, ditched one of his 2 soldiers. And let's just take a peek at that face-down burn card. It's the King's Hand, one of the 2 8s out there, which I think strengthens Johnny's position because he's got less of an uphill battle of having to fight the top end, knowing he has only the 1 8 amongst the 7, 8, 9 duos.
Okay. For my first move, I am going to play the Judge. And I'm going to use its ability to name the King's Hand.
Oh,
Ooh, tough break.
unfortunate.
No King's Hand.
That's the, as we all know, that's the face down
Alrighty.
card that's been
Your
burned.
turn.
So that's unfortunate for him.
Usually a safe bet. King's Hand, very unusual.
All right.
Unusual to use that as a successor.
I am going to play the soldier.
Another card that guesses what's in the other player's hand. We'll see what he guesses here.
And say a warlord.
No Warlord.
Oh, warlord.
Interesting.
That warlord, is it one of the successors?
Yes, indeed. That is.
Oh, I see. So Johnny was able to parry that by putting it away. That's
Great illustration of one of the big game concepts. One of the reasons to put your card down as a successor.
I'm going to play the Sentry. I'm going to activate its ability
wonder what he's going to activate it for.
to swap my Elder
What? He's getting rid of both of his elders. This is unprecedented.
for the Judge.
This is a wild move. Yeah, you generally want to keep your elders around if you are unroyaltied, as he is. He's
He
taking
does
a
not know
huge
that
risk
the other person
here.
has 2 royalties. That's insane.
So that's a huge risk. As I was saying before, one of the big advantages of putting down a successor card is it gets it out of your hand for probing cards like the Soldier and the Judge and the Inquisitor.
I'm going to go.
What he does with this information.
Inquisitor. And say. Oathbound.
I do have an Oathbound.
That is a very smart play. By doing this, he's forcing JohnnyGo to play it, and now he does not have the capability to do his Oathbound full combo that we were talking about at the beginning of the game. This is just systematic
So now it's
destruction
my turn
of
again?
Ron's, JohnnyGo's
Okay.
hand.
Right, especially because that Oathbound is one of the few countermeasures he had left for those
Oathbound
royalty
and
cards.
Not use the ability.
So he
You
drops
actually
his
can't
Oathbound
use
as well.
the ability. You can only use it when it's on a higher valued card.
Oh, okay, got it. Well, I didn't want to do that anyway.
So this is GG
All
right here.
Well, unfortunately, I may have played myself here. Going to flip my king.
I may have played
Here we
myself.
go.
Boom.
And there it is. There's the
Is that
assassin.
right?
Yep, that is right.
Well, there you go. So that's a 3-point hand quickly for Dan's favor here.
First time the assassin's done anything for me ever.
So we're going to join back in for them in just a second. But Dan, what did you think about that game?
I think Johnny might have a few things from that game he may want to take back. He had a tough break there at the beginning with his guess not landing for the judge, but I have to admit, a very questionable choice to deploy the sentry in that way and to burn both of his elders, and I think that's really what cooked him there. What do you think, Sina?
Yeah, I think there were some interesting things there. I mean, the double elder, he got rid of his elder. He then also swapped his elder for a judge. I was just kind of confused. I wonder what JohnnyGo was going for there. But it was really a really good play with that Inquisitor play. So you can see here that masterx328 is just pulling those 3 tokens over to himself. 1 for winning the game, 1 for keeping his king still face up when he won, and 1 for JohnnyGo still having cards in his hand. And now JohnnyGo is the first player king. He's the true king. He's allowed to choose who goes first after getting cards.
Yeah, that was an exciting first hand. A lot of fireworks there, some real bad breaks. JohnnyGo had a tough hand to play there anyway. One thing to note is that each player gets 1 free mulligan where they can discard their hand for free. And that was a tough one for JohnnyGo. Winnable, but very hard. And he keeps his mulligan in hand, which may pay off later.
All right. I think they're ready for the next round. So here they go.
All right, and by the way, while they're drawing their hands, just a quick shout out to everyone in the chat. Sam, great to see you as well. Gavzilla, I'm loving your enthusiasm. I'm loving the commentary here. I think it's going to be a great evening. All right, let's take a look at these hands. Starting with JohnnyGo again.
I screwed that up.
How did you draw a card?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've got 1 too many cards.
All right, let me go ahead and just have them restart there.
Should we just reshuffle?
I think we should just reshuffle.
Now, fortunately here, for everyone's sake, that seemed fairly even just in glancing. Again, the pressure is high here, folks. I think everyone's really feeling it. There's definitely, I think, beads of sweat forming in everyone's forehead here, and not just because of the heat. So there we go. All right, and let's take a look at what those burn cards are going to be. So the face-down burn card, we'll take a look on our side. The face-up burn card is just a humble soldier. Face-down burn card is an elder. They don't know that, but we do. Let's take a look at JohnnyGo's hand.
Ooh.
All right, interesting hand here, Sina. It's one of those hands, it's got 6s and 7s and 8s, oh my. Neither the assassin nor the fool, neither either of the royalties, but seems very playable, though. How do you make of this?
This is a really powerful hand, and the thing that JohnnyGo has to be really careful about is 2 things. One, the other person has both royalty, but they also have both elders, and so, or at least one of the elders. We know the other one's actually the first face-down burn card, and so he has to use those oath bounds and his king flips in order to get around the royalty. Of course, we know also that the other player has an assassin, so he has to be really careful and use those oath bounds really carefully in order to win this game. But he's got 2 7s and an 8. It's going to be close, honestly.
Yeah, he'll have to use them to apply pressure. Let's take a look at Master X's hand here as we twirl around the table. There we go. So here, the 2 royalty cards, the King's Hand, and the whole bottom of the deck. So the Fool, the Assassin, 1 Elder, and both of the Inquisitors. Sina, thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a pretty strong hand, I think, for masterx328. I think he's either going to have to look for trying to get 3 points here or maximize at least winning this hand. The big thing here for him is he's got double Inquisitors, so I'd be surprised if JohnnyGo lets him go first, because a double Inquisitor is really powerful at the beginning of the game. If
you're JohnnyGo, are you thinking mulligan right now?
I wouldn't mulligan. I would try to keep it down, the amount of points I would lose. He could certainly still win this potentially if he does it right, but we'll see.
All right, great. So there we have it, folks. They're already thinking burn cards, so let's zoom back to our tabletop view. There we go. And yeah, they are already sorting things through. I've acquired a couple of cards, it looks like, weirdly.
All right, I'm actually going to mulligan this hand.
Ooh, so he did decide to mulligan. That's crazy. I mean, with us 2 7s and an 8. But I hear him. I mean, that's
So
tough.
we reset?
Yeah,
Yes.
so they're gonna have to reset this hand.
Okay.
So JohnnyGo has used his mulligan. You get 1 per game to do so. And so, sorry, Dan, could you explain what the mulligan rules are?
Absolutely. So per set, you get 1 mulligan, where no questions asked. You can dump your hand and try again. After you use your 1 mulligan, you can still mulligan, but it costs you 2 points. So it only makes sense to mulligan a hand from then on if you're confident that you're going to lose that hand by 3 points as a way of saving face. So your 1 free mulligan is a precious resource. Use it wisely.
Face.
You're saving a point, but yeah, that mulligan is very important. And JohnnyGo pulled the trigger there. I don't think that's a bad idea, especially already down 3-zip. But we'll see how it plays out.
Looks like he's got a slightly better hand.
All right, let's take a look at if the fates were kinder. The face-up burn card is an Elder. The face-down is a King's Hand. Interesting. All right.
We're not playing with the King's Hand today, I guess.
Yeah, King's Hand face-down again. There we go, looking at JohnnyGo's hand. So he's got the Queen, so royalty card, both 7s, and the Fool as his power card. Sina, thoughts?
I mean, it's a balanced hand. He's got the Oathbound Fool combo. I think he could do pretty well here.
Yeah, that does look like a strong hand. And across the table, masterx, his hand.
Not as good as it was before, but he's still got that double Inquisitor. I would be very surprised if JohnnyGo decides to let him go first. Just because, again, the Inquisitor, if you guess right what's in the other opponent's hands, they basically have to play the card that you call out. And so that would give all the control over to masterx.
I agree.
So.
I don't think you want to let him get initiative like that. He'll play your hand for you and he'll kill you with the assassin. So I agree. I would recommend for Johnny, you can't hear this, but it would seem to be smart to play first here. All right. Well, that's how the cards have fallen. Let's go ahead and get the normal view going, give them the signal, and let's see what they do with it.
I will let you go first this time.
All right. Well, you know,
Okay.
sometimes the conventional wisdom is wrong. So we'll
So
see
we
how
have to
this
put our
goes.
2 cards down, right?
Yep.
Really interesting. He doesn't, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, one of the famous words of this game is the you do you mantra. So we'll see what happens here.
That's
I
right.
wonder if Master is going to put his assassin face down.
So
He thought about it.
So
Go
let's see. So the burn cards, Johnny burned the judge. One of the Inquisitors was burned by Master X, and then the successor is the Zealot. Not a
Should I tell my
surprise
king?
for
Okay.
Johnny. And
Yes.
An Elder tucked away
Alrighty.
for Master X. That's the sort of thing you can do when you've got the assassin in your hand. But he could, to try to get it, give himself up to the Fool, which might be painful. We'll see.
Inquisitor.
All right, we got the Inquisitor coming out first. Let's see what he guesses.
A King's Hand.
Oh.
Again,
do
same
not
thing
have
as
the
last first game. The
you-
King's Hand is the one that's
Alright.
face down.
It's usually a safe guess because it's not the sort of thing you burn ever. And it's also not something you usually put down
I
as your
will
successor.
go Soldier.
Okay. He's going to guess the assassin here, I bet.
I'm going to say you have the Sentry.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Well, with
Okay.
a safer bet.
That is accurate.
So that makes the
So
soldier a
this
7?
is now a 7.
Soldier's a 7. He'll definitely want to flip that
Okay.
Inquisitor to set up his Mystic.
So he can, not only does he become a 7, but then he can also disgrace cards in the court. And he has another card in his hand that benefits from face down cards in the court. So it'd be surprising if he didn't. He's that's what Dan's looking at right now. I'm not sure if he's doing it though.
And just to give everyone a gander at that Sentry, that's the card that Johnny used in the first hand. It's an 8, which is powerful enough, but you can also disgrace it to trade another card in your hand with one of the non-disgraced cards in the court.
Okay, well there it comes. And I think he's playing it
Okay.
as a casual 8, it looks like.
I am going to play the Oathbound.
He's doing the Oathbound. It looks like he's probably going to do the Oathbound full
No,
combo.
no.
Disgracing the Sentry.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm
no.
going to play the Fool.
Oh no. Force
Pick
the
up
combo.
this Inquisitor.
He's very scared about the combo.
Interesting.
Although he only picked up an
Okay.
Inquisitor.
But the Inquisitor, it's a good play here because it gives him some assassin countermeasures, which he did not have before.
I'm going
Right.
to go.
Because you can use the Inquisitor to force out the assassin. But he does have to play it when the pile is low.
So again, just a quick reminder how the Oathbound works. If you play it on something higher than itself, so anything higher than 6, you can still play it, but then you have to play another card right afterwards in the same turn. Combo's great with the Fool because it's a way of getting the Fool out there.
Soldier. And I'm going to say
Bated breath here.
It's a pretty big moment.
Just say the assassin. Give him the bluff.
I'll say Inquisitor.
Oh, so he went with
Yes,
the safe
I
bet.
do have
He
an
knows that he has an
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor for sure. So that soldier becomes a 7, and you can
Alright,
choose the disgrace
I'm going
cards if
to
you
play
choose
the
to,
Mystic,
which he did not.
Oh,
and I'm going to disgrace the Mystic and say the number 2.
Okay, so he went and took out the
Ooh.
assassin with the Mystic. So again, as a reminder of what the Mystic is capable of,
okay.
you can say any number between 1 and 8 if you disgrace it. It means that that card loses its special abilities and just becomes a 3 after it's played. So now
So
the
he said
assassin.
the number 2.
So he said
Yeah.
2. There's only one number 2. It's the humble assassin here, which now becomes effectively
I'm
worthless.
going to. I'm going to.
Got ourselves a game here.
The pressure's mounting. This one could go either way at this point.
Let's do it. I'm gonna go Princess.
Let's do it, he says.
All right, there's the
Oh.
princess.
Will he use the ability is the real question. He should.
9.
It allows him to swap.
Big
She-
9.
She's a 9, and
Are you
she.
going to use its ability or no?
That's right. She can allow you to swap a card with the other player.
Yeah, I'll use it. I'll use it.
Yes, that's a good idea. So now he can get rid of his assassin.
Right. The assassin's useless to him now with the Mystic play. So now he can get rid of a useless card for a useful card, stick Johnny with the useless one, and pick up that
Okay.
Inquisitor,
I'm going to flip my king,
which you can do safely now.
pick up my successor.
Okay. So by flipping his king, he gets a successor card and he disgraces the card on top of the throne, which is that princess. So now it's back to 1, but it's back to master.
I'll flip my king too.
Oh,
Interesting.
Interesting.
King flip on nothing. I would have played the Inquisitor there and tried to fish something out that I
And I'm going
like the
to
Zealot.
play the assassin.
Definitely
that
would have.
becomes a 3.
I definitely would have played the Inquisitor. They
Okay. I will play.
Right, the assassin's a 3 because of the mystic
Inquisitor.
earlier. So now he's playing the Inquisitor. He can choose any number he wants. He should probably pull out that
and
queen because
say
then he can do the
queen.
elder. There he does it right there.
Do you have disgrace
so there's
every
the
card on this table?
There's the queen. She comes out. She's in charge. Not only is she a 9, but when she gets played, everything in the court gets disgraced. And there's the elder as a countermeasure.
I am then going to play. Oh, you are playing the elder, correct?
Yeah.
So
no.
this,
Sorry.
assuming Johnny Go
Okay,
makes the right play
I'm
here.
going to play the warlord
That is the
on
right
top
one.
of that elder, which becomes a 9.
There it is. Because the,
Damn. So what happens if my last card is Oathbound?
You can't play the Oathbound on a higher value card unless you have another card in your hand.
that's right.
That's
So,
a bummer.
so it's 2 points. That was a very well played hand by Johnny Go there. Some real sharp plays to get 2 points out of that hand. Superbly done. Couple of interesting parts of that hand there, Sina. Any thoughts that jump out at you in terms of how that all went down?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of interesting things going back and forth there, and I think that they were trying to. I'm not sure if Master X realized about flipping the king. He lost kind of the advantage of having his king face up. But I think that what he was trying to go for is that he would get the queen out, he'd play the 3, and then JohnnyGo would not have a high card, and he could just win with the Oathbound, which would be the second to highest card if it was not the Warlord that JohnnyGo had in his hands. So it was a nice try, but I don't think it panned out in the end, and now we've got ourselves a game. It's 2-3 currently, and yeah, I think they're setting up for the next game.
That's right. So Gavzilla, I agree with you. That was a great hand. One other thing to note about the first player king, it goes to the player who lost the last hand. So that means that now Master X gets the initiative in picking who will go first in this hand. And so, all right, they've done their draw. The face-up burn card is the Elder. The face-down burn card is the Judge. And let's take a look at these two hands. Let's start with Master X this time. There we go.
What was the burn card before you go into that?
The face-up was the Elder. The face-down was the Judge.
The Judge, okay. So we're going to see the king's hand finally not be burned, as we've seen in previous rounds. So, wow, what a colorful hand. This one is lacking royalty and lacking elders. So kind of similar to JohnnyGo's situation 2 rounds ago. We'll see if Master X decides to play this hand.
Yeah, this seems mulliganable. It's not a great hand. Let's see what Master X ended up with here. And there are the royalty right there, of course. And the Fool and the Assassin.
Oof. This is going to be a tough hand to try to win. He's going to have to play, if Master wants to win this hand, he's going to have to play perfectly with his Inquisitors and call out all the cards to prevent him from losing. That would mean calling out the Assassin, potentially even, we know that he doesn't have the full Oathbound combo here, but when you do flip your king, you also disgrace the top of the card. So trying to be able to nullify the Fool's effectiveness is the other way around. So if, for example, JohnnyGo plays the queen, it disgraces all the cards, and then Master flips his king, there's no cards for him to fool, so it'd be a perfect situation for him to try to get. So all the cards have to line up right for him, pun intended.
That's right. If you're Master X, do you go first here?
I would, yeah, and I would try to get 2 points. Try to not lose 2 points, I would say.
Yep, I would see with those 2 Oathbounds, I'd see if I could burn my hand to 0 as fast as possible. All right, we're giving them a signal. Play will begin. And yeah, let's see how this one shakes out.
Go second.
So he decided to go second here.
Well, you know what? I guessed that JohnnyGo should go first last time. I was wrong. He made going second really work for him. So again, sometimes the conventional wisdom is incorrect. All right, so interesting. JohnnyGo burned the Fool. Master X burned the Inquisitor.
I forgot about that. JohnnyGo does that, actually. He's one of the few players who burns the Fool every time he gets it, almost. Unless he has the combo.
And sometimes, you know, when you've got a hand...
Wait, hold on. Can I put my other card down first?
Oh, sorry. Yep, I should pay attention.
and sometimes that works really well, because it's sometimes the threat of the Fool that's worth more than the Fool itself, and that's present whether it's in your hand or not. So with his hand, which already has the Assassin in it, might not need the Fool. Let's see, the successor, Soldier for Johnny, and Oathbound for Master X.
So for my first card, I'm going to play the Sentry.
All right.
Starting out big.
Starting out big.
Clearly trying to put a lot of pressure right away.
Yeah. He's going to try to press him. If it was...
So Gavzilla's asking an 8 right off the bat. You know, Sina, what does that move do?
Dan, I think that we're disconnected on Discord. If you could hop back on there.
Oh, all right. So I got kicked off Discord, it looks like. So I think you're going to have to pull me back in.
I will. Let me just grab you really fast.
Sorry about that. All that means is you can't hear the 2 players playing with each other, or at least their statements as they go along. Sorry, I realize it's an intentionally weird statement. All right, get lit, stand by 1 second. Sina, you still there?
Yep. They're holding for us, so.
All right, great. I can't get into the room's locked to me, so you're gonna
Go to a different room, and I'll pull you in.
Oh, I see. Got it. All right, I'm going to tournament caster, and go ahead and give me the yank.
Oh, I see.
All right, and let me reshare my screen with you here so you can see the action. And we are ready to rock. Sorry about that, folks. Live again. Okay. Audio's
Free
back.
to go.
We're
You
good.
can finally see what you're playing with this Oathbound.
Oh, this is what I was going to say, by the way. I think the Oathbound,
And
if he goes into Inquisitor, this is going to be a strong play, I think. To get
wait,
that.
so do I get the ability of whatever is declared with the Oathbound?
Yeah, so whatever cards you play, you can activate that ability, I believe.
Okay.
So interesting. It'll be, I'm sure, asking for that into Inquisitor play. Sina, what would you Inquisit out of Johnny's hand if you were Master
He's
X?
got to get rid of that. He's
Inquisitor.
got to get rid of that. Yep, here it comes. He's got to get that assassin out.
And say
Johnny may not know this yet, but he
And
actually has a win by just playing both of the royalty.
fool.
Oh,
I do not have the Fool.
Oh my
no,
god.
Okay.
he's in desperate shape now. I mean, given the weakness of his hand,
I am going to play the Warlord.
Okay.
So again, Master X, with the hand he started with, a mulligan's worth 2. So the first thing you ask yourself is, can I make this a 2 or even 1 point loss as opposed to a 3 point loss? And that's really what he needs to play for right now. He does have the King's Hand as assassin proof. It's really the only countermeasure he has for the assassin right now.
Oh, that's interesting.
Whatever he's going to do with
I
this mystic.
thought I would be able to say 9.
No,
Oh, no.
But it
unfortunately,
looks like I am not able to do that.
that's right. The Mystic is only 1 through 8. You can't use the Mystic to attack royalty.
I will go.
He still can kill the 2 right here. He also still has the King's Hand,
I
so he's got
will
a couple ways to kill
go-
the 2.
He's just got to survive enough cards to make it, but he won't. He
4.
He's killing number 4.
So by using its ability, you do disgrace it, though.
Okay.
That is a perplexing move.
I will play the Queen, which then disgraces the rest of the cards.
Because,
Nice.
He's got to flip the king on this one.
yeah,
This is actually the beauty of JohnnyGo burning
And
the Fool.
I will flip my king.
Because this is the only time
And I
that he'd
will
be able to
activate
play
the
it.
Assassin's ability.
There's the assassin.
all right, he's got a King's
Can
Hand.
does
I
have the
King's
King's Hand.
Hand?
Okay,
You may
perfect.
King's Hand it.
So
Okay,
he blocks the
cool.
assassin with the King's Hand. The King's Hand has
cards
the ability
both just
to
get
block a
removed.
card's ability. And so its original purpose
And
was
is
to
this
stop
now
the assassin,
disgraced?
and it did.
I do not believe so.
It's not. So,
Oh, you flipped your king, so yes.
flipped
it
his
is
king.
oh, I
disgraced.
did flip his king. Okay,
Okay.
so intense flurry of activity
So
there.
you flipped your king. I played the assassin. You played the King's Hand, so it is my turn. I'm going to play the princess.
There we go. So he does realize that he has the winning.
Okay.
When
Not
did he get
going
his?
to use
Oh,
its
he has
ability.
another Oathbound. Oh, he has the
Okay.
ability to actually make this a 1 point hand if he plays
So
this right.
I will use Oathbound.
He has to play his soldier right here.
That's right. You're absolutely right. Oh,
Oh
some
my gosh.
very clever play
Yeah.
by Master X here.
Oh, Master X, play the
All
soldier.
right, this is the moment of truth. I just need to figure out what card you have. Oh no, you still have to flip your king. Damn.
He just has to get him to
Okay.
flip his king and burn the rest of the cards in his hand.
So,
So the other card in his hand is the Zealot.
Queen's out, the princess is out, the king's hand is out, the sentry.
If he just plays the
Sentry was
soldier,
out, right? I'm allowed to
then-
look at these that are face down. Is that
Correct.
right?
That's
Yep,
right.
You can look at those. The Sentry was the first card I played.
So what Master X is doing is, remember, there is
Man,
almost perfect
I wish I
information.
had the numbers. Okay. Queen, princess, king's hand, sentry, warlord, mystic, oathbound. Were there 2 oathbounds? Yeah. Judge? Were there 2 judges?
There's only one judge.
Oh.
So a 1-point
How many
loss is in his
soldiers are
grasp.
there?
There are 2 soldiers.
And the way that is if he plays
There
his
are 2
soldier,
Oathbounds, 2 soldiers, 2 elders, 2 inquisitors.
yeah, Johnny will have to
Okay.
flip his king.
I'm gonna go.
that's the right play. And the reason, I'll explain it after the game.
I'm gonna say soldier.
I do not have a soldier.
Fuck.
It's
I need
fine.
to remind the players that it's a
I
family-friendly
will,
stream here.
however, flip my king.
Okay.
All right, well, with the newly
So you have 2 cards left.
Right.
And I have 1 card left.
Right.
Is there any scenario in which I can win this?
Play a higher card than I have in my hand.
All right.
See, Master X, I think, is feeling down that he didn't win this hand, but that was always going to be an
He
uphill
actually
battle.
played it.
All right,
Yeah,
you played
he played
the
it right.
Zealot.
This is only a 1-point hand
And
for
I will
Johnny Go.
play the elder on top of that.
Beautiful.
All right, and that's it.
So that is a 1-point hand for me, which I'm actually pretty bummed out about.
There he goes. There's
I guess
JohnnyGo
that's good for
realizing.
me.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many interesting things in that hand to dig into. I did see in the chat, I think it was Dot Sam pointed out that it seems unusual that JohnnyGo didn't burn his Elder, because usually you don't need an Elder if you have both royalty cards in your hand. It's very unlikely that it will come up because it's only useful on royalty. So that wrong-footed Master X by concealing his Fool by burning that instead. But boy, there's a lot in there. Sina, any thoughts that come to mind on your side?
Yeah, so I'm assuming people are wondering why I was like, he has to play the soldier. The whole reason why he needed to keep the soldier there was because if he played the soldier, that would mean he would have the Zealot, and the Zealot would let him play on any card that JohnnyGo would play. And what that would mean is that he would actually lose all the cards in his hand. And by losing all the cards in his hand, he actually only loses 1 point rather than 2 points. And so if he had played a Zealot and then JohnnyGo flipped his card and then he played his, I guess it wouldn't have mattered in that case, actually, because he could have played the Elder. But I can't go back in time right now and think about it. But the point is that by emptying his hand of cards, he is now guaranteed to only lose 1 point there. So it's pretty good.
So, all right. So, new hand begins tied at 3. It has been an excellent match so far. Face up burn is the soldier. Face down burn again is the king's hand. Haven't seen a lot of king's hand play so far because it's been burned so much.
Oh, we got that assassin. That was pretty cool.
All right. First player king is still Master X, having lost that last hand. Kept it to 1 point, though. Let's take a look this time at his hand to start. Here's Master X's hand. If I can get the camera to cooperate. There we go. All right. So, both royalty and none of the 8s or 7s or oathbounds or 5s. A real
What a
barbell
game-
of a
what
hand. But
Wow.
he did get the assassin in both elders, which are not useful, obviously, having both royalty, but it does mean that JohnnyGo does not have those elders, which means those royalty cards will be hard to deal with. Sina, thoughts on this hand?
This is going to be just an interesting hand. I mean, he's got both elders, so that means that JohnnyGo, if JohnnyGo throws away the Fool, I will be disappointed.
All right, let's take a look at JohnnyGo's hand. Across the table. All right, well, there's the Fool there, and that's the part of the barbell that Master X didn't have, the center part. So both Oathbounds, both 7s, the Warlord and the Mystic, the Sentry. King's hand, of course, got burned, so you might suspect that that's something Master X has as well. How would you play this hand if you're JohnnyGo?
I would play it aggressively. He's got all the things. I mean, I'd be afraid a little bit, but I have the King Flip and I have the Oathbound Full combos, and I have 2 Oathbounds. So even if he Inquisits one of my Oathbounds away, you're still going to have another one. This is going to be, I think this is going to be tough. The only saving grace Master has is the assassin, which makes it hard for him to flip his king.
Both the Oathbound full combo and the Sentry does mean it is possible to pick up one of those royalty cards. If he does, I would like his position. Let's see if Master X wants to go first or second. All right, back to the top view. Let's see how it goes. Give him the signal, and we're underway. So, all right, looks like it's going to be JohnnyGo going first. That's what the tip king means. Sina, you still there?
Yep.
All right. Do you think they're just playing quietly, or do you think that there's something up here? That's all right, folks. Well, that's bad news, Bears. 1 second. Stream's coming back up, but that did wipe the hand. Sina, you still there?
Yeah, I am. Did it wipe the hand, or did it just kick them out?
Oh no, it did. It just kicked them out. So we can pick this up right where we left off. So let's go ahead and re-invite them to. Sorry, folks. Sorry for a little bit of Comcastage. The classic Comcast. JohnnyGo is back. We're going to go ahead and slide him back to. He was. We don't want to screw that up. There we go. All right. And yep, we'll want to make sure he stays white.
Wow, that's cool.
And there we go. Like nothing ever happened. All is good. All right, folks.
So it looks like JohnnyGo's going first, by the way, while we were on the disconnect here.
I think still here.
And Gavzilla chocolate milk sounds fantastic. Sorry for the interruption. Just let the tension build just a little bit. And we've got a great crowd on the stream, by the way. Great to see everyone here. All right, so with JohnnyGo going first, this will be really interesting to see what he wants to do. He doesn't have a traditional opener besides the Judge. He's
okay.
The Warlord is his successor card. Elder for Master X.
I'm going to play.
You could just throw out a Oathbound, but I think he's going with the Judge here. Yeah.
I'm going to guess that you have an Inquisitor.
Safe guess.
Safe guess. So now that he's gotten it correct, that means that he can play a card to his antechamber.
Ability to play an Oathbound to my antechamber.
So that means next turn, no matter what, JohnnyGo is going to play that. It doesn't matter what the value on the court is. He's able to play that. That's the benefit of the Judge.
So interesting move there. So Master X, he made his successor the Elder, most likely just because he's just burning his lowest value card as the successor there.
So basically whatever I play next turn, you can put the Oathbound down even if it's higher?
Correct. And I don't have to use its ability.
Okay. That's a pretty cool card.
Yeah, the Judge is...
At least I assume I don't need to use his ability.
The Judge is the...
Sina says I can't actually use the Oathbound's ability, so there you go.
Yeah, the Judge is a real pro player card. This is the one that has subtle powers.
Well,
everyone says it's not good, but it's good. Mark my words. This is the reason why. Because now he has to either play a really high card or he has to flip his king, and that's exactly right. There you go. And now there's no way he can get 3 points. I love that. So now that disgraces that he plays the Oathbound. He forced him to flip his king with the Judge.
So that's it.
I sure hope Hog Wild for Biden's watching this because that's exactly why the Judge is good. So he's playing the Zealot. The Zealot lets you play. You can play it on any card other than not any non-royalty card if your king is flipped. So you're just going to casually place that 3 down.
I'm going to play the Mystic.
Let's see what he does with this Mystic.
I'm going to use its ability. Say the number 2.
Oh, just simple assassin kill.
All right.
He thinks he can win if he just gets rid of the assassin, which I think is true. So I think that was the right play to do. Now, he needs to get that other Oathbound out of JohnnyGo's hand.
Well, he does. He also...
He can use the princess to flip or to swap the assassin back into JohnnyGo's hand. So he can actually win this.
Yeah, he should just Inquisit out the other Oathbound. That's the winning play here. which is something he did very successfully in the first hand.
Save the Oathbound, Dan. You got this. Taking a look at his face down king there at one point. Just making sure it's still
King's
tucked in there.
hand.
I do not
King's
have the
hand,
king's hand.
that king's hand curse.
It
And
seems-
now
Not
he's just
cool.
told JohnnyGo that he doesn't have the king's hand either.
It seems so unlikely that the king's hand would burn this often.
In this case, I am going to play the sentry as an 8.
So he needs to play the queen right now in order to stop the full
Okay.
Oathbound combo. But I think he's going to be tempted by the princess in order to swap the assassin. We'll see what he does.
That's right. And the reason why the queen prevents the full Oathbound combo is because
I
it
will
disgraces everything before
play-
it. The Oathbound disgraces it when it gets played. There's nothing for the fool to pick up at that point. One of the more powerful aspects of the queen.
This is a decision point right here.
I will play.
Princess and trade would be the way to go here, right?
Princess.
I think either is really a different, like, I mean, it's just a different game. We'll see what happens. All right, so now he does that. He should use the ability.
And I'll swap a card with you.
Perfect. And there goes the
Okay.
assassin, I think. There we go. You can have that useless assassin. That's the downside of playing the Mystic. And now JohnnyGo has a really tough choice.
Yeah, both those cards have a lot of value, especially with his unflipped king.
And he gets rid of the fool. Of course he does. He really does not like that fool.
But of course, the problem with conceding the fool is he hasn't
Correct.
flipped his king yet.
I
Flipping
will
his
flip my king.
king concedes a fool
A fool.
play, which means that sentry most likely is going to go, and that is a hand-winning card.
Ooh.
As he figures Master as he figures out what's going on. Ooh.
And I can take the sentry.
Yep.
Okay.
So now he has +1 card in his hand as well. So now
I
JohnnyGo's
will
got a real
play
tough uphill battle to win.
The assassin.
So the assassin, because it was canceled out earlier by the Mystic, now
Okay.
only has a value of 3 and has no value.
That's right, and Gavzilla, that's
I
that's the
will
benefit to
play
switching the
the-
assassin.
Inquisitor.
Okay.
He's got to
Should be
inquisit.
easy, right?
He just has to guess one of those 2 cards, and then he can play the queen next
I'm
turn
so
and win the
bad
game.
at this.
Or the sentry.
No,
Okay.
he wants to.
So the Mystic.
He needs to preserve a
Has the
2-point win.
Warlord been played?
Right, so if he gets either of the cards, I think then he can
That
play the sentry
is a
next
question.
and win. With them still having a card in their hand.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely
King's
right.
Hand could have been the successor card that you picked up.
Oh, it's not though, and we know that.
We do, Sina, but masterx328 doesn't. But it seems very
Why am I so
likely.
dumb? Why am I so dumb?
Johnny has
This
a
game makes you feel that way, by the way. This game makes you feel dumb. It's not him.
Um,
It's a tough game.
it's one thing worth noting is Johnny has an unusual pattern of successoring
Okay, I'm
and
just
burning.
gonna say King's Hand.
I do not have the king's hand.
Am I just retarded? Okay.
But that's what an inconsistent
Play what you
pattern
wish.
of burning and successoring can do for you. If you always follow the conventional wisdom, you give information that way. So by being inconsistent and sometimes doing things like successoring your king's
Apologies
hand,
for any younger viewers about the language.
that's
going
what
to play,
adds zest.
An oathbound.
So now, as
Oh.
long as he does, I guess there's actually no way that he can not get 2 points here. So all Master X has to do is either play the queen or the sentry. The sentry would be the safer play here, just in case he didn't know that the other person had the fool. Oh, sorry, the elder. But it shouldn't matter here.
Yeah, sentry will make this a 2-point hand.
Okay. I'm gonna play the queen.
And there you have
Okay.
it.
All right, that
You
should
win.
do it.
2 points over to Master X.
Warlord.
Boy, was that back and forth.
Wait, so where's the king's hand?
King's hand is probably this card.
Oh, I'm so stupid. I totally forgot about that. Should have just guessed Warlord. Oh, man.
You get 2 points.
All right. All good. All good.
All right, another great hand. 5-3, Master X up, putting Master X within one game of winning this first tilt within the inaugural Imposter Kings tournament.
First tilt.
Sina, thoughts on that one?
I don't know. That was a crazy hand. I'm glad that I'm actually having someone notate these games, and I definitely want to replay that one a couple times with a couple friends. Even if we know what's in each other's hands, you can still mix it up by having a different successor and a different burn. And it's kind of fun to replay some of these because that one was just a strange hand. I would not have guessed that Master X would have come out of it with 2 points. So I'd love to check it out again. Crazy hand, well played by both. There's a little bit of back and forth, and yeah,
that was a top flight hand. It really showcases everything this game is about. Twists and turns, even within one quick hand. All right, well, that means the first player king goes back to JohnnyGo here. He will be choosing initiative. Face up, burn cards, the zealot. Face down is just the humble soldier. All right, let's take a look at JohnnyGo's hand. All right, both royalty cards, the Fool and the Assassin. Neither of the Elders, both of the Inquisitors. Interesting. I'd say a pretty strong hand. Sina, thoughts?
this is a strong hand. Yeah, 6-1 combo. We've got, this is my quick list of assessment here. 6-1 combo. He's got the Assassin. He's got 2 royalty. He's got double Inquisitor, so he can be oppressive if he decides to go first. But I know that JohnnyGo doesn't like to go first. We'll see if he decides to do it. I'm curious to see if he's going to throw away that Fool. If he does, I'm going to have a talking with him after this game. But
something to look out for. Something to look out for. All right, jumping to the other side of the table, Master X's hand. Both Elders, a Soldier, the Judge, Oathbound, Mystic, Sentry, King's hand. Actually, not a bad hand on its own. There are things that can be done with this to win this hand.
This is going to be a close game. I would say I'm going to lean towards JohnnyGo because he has the Fool, provided he doesn't burn it, where he has 2 8s. 8s are the most powerful card in the game because you can't Elder them. They're really high up there, and they have really good abilities. So if Master can get the Assassin out of JohnnyGo's hand or nullify it somehow, then we got ourselves a game. So.
All right. Well, I'm intrigued. This could go any which way. I'm even intrigued in the decision about who goes first. If I were JohnnyGo, I'd probably go first with both Inquisitors, try to set the tempo. But as you mentioned, that hasn't been his style, and going second has worked well so far. So here we go.
I'm going to quickly shout out to Juno Balls for subscribing.
That's right. Juno Balls, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription. Hugely appreciated. Our very first on this channel. So you are the inaugural Twitch Prime subscriber of the inaugural Imposter Kings tournament, and it feels great. So Juno Balls, thank you very much for that. All right, and thank you for the PogChamp spams as well. That makes us all feel good. All right, so looking at the burns. Johnny...
Did he burn the Fool?
He burned the Assassin.
And then his Fool is his face down?
Fool is his successor card.
What?
And he's going first, interestingly. So breaking the pattern, he's going to go first here. Intriguing. And Sam, thank you so much. That is fantastic.
Right.
Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for the podcast.
Oh, wait, sorry. I'm not done yet.
Damn, I need to pay
He always
attention.
jumps the gun.
No, it's fine.
So Oathbound
thank you
is...
so much for the Twitch Prime. That's great. Really appreciate it. Everyone throw some sort of emote into the... I don't know how people do it nowadays, but yeah, throw some emotes.
I believe there's only one word that goes for the moment, which is hype. There you have it.
Visitor. I'm going to guess that you have an Elder in your hand.
Smart play.
This is true.
He's got to get those Elders out.
He's burning. This is exactly the right thing to do. He's doing the right thing here.
All right.
So I have to play that now.
So just a quick thing, Master X burned an Oathbound, interesting, and it judges his face down. So
For my second move,
he's going to get the other one, I bet.
I'm going to also play an Inquisitor.
Oh,
Say the elder.
I'm going to guess that you have the Mystic in your hand.
Okay,
Getting rid of the
interesting.
mystic.
Interesting.
it is true.
This would have made sense if he had the assassin
Yikes.
still. But
Or like a dual 8 hand, but he doesn't have the kind of
The
hand that the
Truth
Mystic
Sayer.
is powerful against. Interesting.
and he
And
cannot
then
use
I'm
Master
going
cannot use
to
the mystic's
play
power because there's no disgrace
the
cards in the court, which is a prerequisite.
Princess.
That's right.
So here is the princess.
I'm not going to use its ability.
Okay.
I think he's jumping the gun here just because he's got the elder. Now he's got also a king flip to deal with that queen. So I think that JohnnyGo had the right
I'm going to
idea.
play the
Oh, there we go.
Warlord.
There you go.
Speak.
Yeah, that's what he was setting up there.
So the warlord if there's royalty in the court. Uh-oh. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Flip my
Quite
king.
sure why that card shot way over there. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Johnny knows the situation. I think he's got this one in the bag. Having got
I will flip my king.
You're getting a little choppy there, Dan.
Interesting. Can you hear me now?
Yep. What did he do? He flipped his king?
Yeah.
Oh, he had the game in the bag.
Why did he?
Maybe he thinks he has the Oathbound, which is one of the burned cards.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
Oh, so he has no idea. So yeah, I mean, he needs to get his fool into his hand so he can counter whatever's being played.
yeah, he's playing
it safe.
Yeah, he's playing it safe, guarantee the victory instead of going for 3 points. And with the scoring of the game, 5 and 6 are not that different. So it's important, much more important to win and guarantee the win than it is to try to 3-point this one, because being up 6-5 is not that different from being tied at 5. Most hands tend to end with at least 2 points, win or lose.
If only he had the assassin. I think getting rid of the assassin would have been smart if Master was going first.
I do have the queen.
Okay, so he plays the soldier. That becomes a 7.
Wait,
That's now
me?
You said queen, correct? When you played
Yeah.
the soldier? Yeah, I do have the queen. So this
Okay.
is now a
So I
7.
can disgrace some cards.
Which is smart. He needs to be disgracing cards. He should disgrace the queen, and there it is. Perfect. By disgracing these cards, now he knows that
Looks like
JohnnyGo
one of
can't get
these
that full
cards is
Oathbound
still-
combo.
That's right. Again, it's so easy to overlook that part of what the soldier can do, that disgrace up the 3 cards element, but it can be very meaningful.
Okay. So I'm going to now play an Oathbound. Not Oathbound. Into the Fool.
Again,
Wait.
if he played the king
Oh,
right
fuck,
there.
because it's a 7?
Family
Yep.
stream. Oh my
Because
gosh,
it's a
Dan.
7.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But there's not that much. I don't understand this
and
play.
I am then going to.
Again, the irony here is that JohnnyGo could just play his queen and win at any time, but he doesn't know that.
That's right. And it's so interesting. Master X burned one of his Oathbounds. And he only had one Oathbound. He burned it. But it's the specter of it being in his hand that is turning everything upside down here.
And the thing that's crazy here is that now Master X has an out.
What is it like here?
If he
would
plays the
have
sentry and pulls an
one
elder,
of the 8s for sure. Oathbound, a judge.
Well,
so
the
Master
judge
can
is-
win
Maybe a
if he
soldier.
actually uses.
He just has to play the judge.
Probably have
Judge
at
the
least
queen
1/8
guarantees a win, a
and
1-point
the
win.
Oathbound for sure.
No, so JohnnyGo still gets the card from the fool. He's just
All right,
deciding.
I am
that's
going
right.
to pick up the.
The issue again is that he can play
going to
Master's
pick
only
up
way to win this. I
the
think.
Oathbound.
Smart play.
I can do that, correct, Sina?
Yeah, I'll let them know that they can.
Yep.
So
All right, picking up the Oathbound.
the thing here is that if he plays a sentry,
okay.
flips it, and exchanges that judge for that elder, then you got
So
yourself
you have Queen
a
Oathbound
1-point
now.
loss instead.
Yeah, that is.
Or maybe it's not the Queen.
I mean, Master
No,
X
no,
has
wait.
got to know that that's the
Yeah,
queen in
'cause I
Johnny's hand.
So what do I have to do?
If he knows that that's the queen, he's got to play the sentry.
Yeah, Sentry of the Elder is huge, although maybe he doesn't. That's the thing is, the queen could have been the face down burn card.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I was master, I would have thought that Johnny would have played it by now. So it could kind of go both ways.
That's right. Sometimes, again, playing unpredictably, just like in poker, can really benefit you.
Sentry. And
Oh my gosh, if he turns this game, this is going to be monumental.
This one looked like a 3-point win for Johnny, so...
disgrace it. Wait. So if I disgrace it, I can pick up the Elder.
He's thinking about it.
He's feeling around for that play.
Okay, yeah, I'll disgrace it.
Wow, there it is. That is so powerful.
He's got to make sure he actually puts the card back.
All right.
Probably be the
then
judge.
I'm going to play.
Did he put a card back?
Oh.
No, he did not put a card down.
Yeah.
Sina says you have to exchange a card, which is correct. Did you not do that?
Oh.
That's right. The Sentry is not the Fool. You have to
card.
trade a card for what's face up. You don't just get to take it. So Judge would be the obvious one there. Yep.
Just go ahead and throw it in there somewhere.
Yeah, that's...
Are
you taking control there? Dan, you want to go ahead and throw it in there for
It's
him?
over here somewhere.
Yeah, here it'll just it doesn't matter.
He's just gonna drop it in the middle of the pile. All right. Then for my turn, I'm going to play an Oathbound.
And yep.
There's going to be the King's
And
Hand.
Master's going to win this.
Play King's Hand.
I will play the Queen.
And here comes the Elder, as he knows is about to come.
I will play
Still
the
going to
Elder.
be diligent about disgracing everything, which I love.
Wow.
You get 1 point.
There we go. 1 point hand for Master.
Man.
Boy, you can
Wow.
just feel the
What a
release of the
liquidity.
tension.
That was a long one.
It was a long one.
Jeez, that is a crazy hand.
Ah, shoot. I grabbed your Queen King.
Oh, man, that's painful. It looked like that was at least a 2-point hand for Johnny, maybe even 3. And he just got tentative in using his queen, and he let it get away from him. And some very good play by Master X there. Superbly done, the wriggle out of a real tight jam and set himself up. Any win now will win this first round match. So very good play from Master X to turn that into a win from what was a real tough position.
And the thing that's really tough right now is that JohnnyGo doesn't have a mulligan anymore. So he has to play whatever card's given to him. I don't think he's feeling too good about that one.
Yeah, that's one of those hands when you lose, you start to tilt a little bit, and that's absolutely what he can't do here. He's got to be on the top of his game.
Dan, do you know anything about that?
Nothing about that, Sina, do you?
Certainly not. Let's go ahead and they're going to grab their hands here.
All right, face up, burn.
Looks like, from what I can see really quickly from these colors, by the way, love the colors, which help you kind of just quickly assess a hand.
Zealot, face up, burn again. The assassin is the face down burn. Always
this is
interesting
gonna be a fun one.
when it's the assassin. All right, JohnnyGo still deciding initiative. Let's take a look at his hand. Okay, interesting. This is going to be a very even game, I would suspect, from this hand. Both sevens, the princess, the fool, 1 elder. It seems like a pretty neutral 50-50 kind of hand. What do you think, Sina?
Yeah, I mean, full Oathbound combo. Got a princess, got 2 sevens. It's not looking terrible. He's going to probably use that mystic to try to kill the 8s.
Yeah, whenever you don't have either 8 and you've got a mystic, that's always got to be in your mind. And now, jumping across the table, Master X, 1 elder, both 5s, the Oathbound, 2 8s, and a 9. So when you look at that hand, you think, I don't have the assassin, I don't have the fool, I'm going to have to work against that. Thoughts on this hand, Sina?
Yeah, both players don't think the other player has the assassin, and so it's going to be really interesting to see how much they're trying to tease it out from each other. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh boy. All right, here we go. Let's give him the signal and see how things go. And by the way, Gabzilla, you're right. The art in this
I'm going
cards
to
are
go
terrific.
first again.
Okay.
Interesting. Ron doesn't. JohnnyGo doesn't typically go first.
Go
We'll see what he's
fast.
going to do with this one. I wonder if he's going to try to pull out the Inquisitor. Reminder that both players have an Inquisitor, and both players don't know that the other player does not have the Assassin, which is going to be a lot of fun, as I keep mentioning. This is one of my favorite types of
You're done?
games.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Raising my hand, sorry.
He's throwing away the soldier there, I think.
Yep. Soldier play. Yep, the Assassin is the face down burn card, Gabzilla. And as I mentioned, I agree with you 100%. The art here, fantastic.
He's debating. He's thinking about that judge. A lot of people like burning the 5s. 5s are situational, so.
So, yep, Judge and the Soldier are the 2 burn cards. JohnnyGo put the Fool as his successor, protecting
Gosh,
it from
it
an
does that.
Inquisit.
It's never going to be Inquisited.
Interesting. Even though he doesn't have the Assassin, Master X taking the chance by hiding his queen.
Ready?
Interesting.
I like it.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
I do like that
Yeah.
spin. Pro move
All
here.
right, so I'm going to play an Visitor. I'm going to say that you have the Assassin.
Oh.
No.
The amount of surprise.
You know, you've got to...
Interesting.
You've got to...
Interesting.
Are these mind games?
Are these mind games? Here we go.
You know, this part, you got to have a poker
Or are
voice
these
for
mind
this stuff.
games?
You don't want to give away the fact that you don't have it as your successor, so you can't be too surprised. You know, you got to get into their head with a play like this, and boy, just the mutual distrust when the Assassin's the burn card's the best kind of hand.
Okay, I'm gonna play Inquisitor. And I will
Looking at his
say
face down cards here.
Mystic.
Smart play.
I
He's
do
pulling
have
out the
the
mystic.
Oh, 1 for 5.
That's very smart, having both
I
eights.
guess
You
the
want to get rid of the
Inquisitor's fault.
Mystic while you still can, when there's nothing disgraced and it can't use its ability. So very smart move there.
Yep. So now his 8s are safe from the mystic.
Okay.
But now he's going to have to play on the mystic, so we'll see what he does. He can actually scoop it up with the sentry if he feels like it.
That's true. And a Sentry trade to trade your Soldier for the
Oh my
Mystic
God,
would
there
be
he goes.
pretty good.
Sentry.
Let's see what he does. Although BizCash 8 would also be a strong play here too.
Just as an 8,
Just as an 8.
Oop, business casual 8, it looks like.
I'm going to flip.
That's when you don't play
my
your
king.
ability. Flips his king.
Which he can do safely because he does have that knowledge from his initial Inquisitor play.
Correct. Whereas Master does not at all.
One other thing,
Shit.
with the Fool in his hand, this king becomes a dangerous thing for Master X to flip for 2 reasons. One is he doesn't know if Johnny has the Assassin or not, but also he probably has the Fool. And flipping your king just tees up a Fool steal, which again can be hand changing.
Soldier
He does have a king's hand to stop the fool,
and
unless he combos
say
it.
Assassin.
Oh, he's
I
checking the
do not
assassin
have
here.
the Assassin.
Okay, so now they know it had to be the face down burn card.
They sure do.
Unless Master X was playing 9D chess and it was his successor, but in this case it's not, but it's still a possibility.
Play the Warlord as a 7.
Oof. This is going to be tough.
I'll flip my king.
That's smart play, because if he had done anything, he would have used this Oathbound Fool combo.
Yep, that's right. Now he still gets to play the Fool to get that Mystic back in his hand, which might be the play here, but he can also
Going to
put
play the
pressure.
Princess.
Interesting.
Yep, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
Nice.
Good acknowledgement from Master X there. Nice.
You want to switch?
This is going to be perfect.
No, I don't think you.
Master needs to
Okay.
drop the 9 right now to stop the full Oathbound combo, but I don't think he will. And there it is. Yep, he played the Elder. Now he is Still has the full Oathbound combo. We'll see what he does here. It
Will
still might
also
be his
play
victory.
An Elder.
Oh.
If he plays the 6 here, it's going to be perfect. I think
6.
that's thinking.
A 6 is a winning card right here.
6 and a queen, I think, are both winning cards. Or helpful. It will help win the card. Playing the 8 is the worst thing he could possibly do.
Oh no, there it
goes.
is. Oh, but of course, there's no way he well, actually,
That is a big 8, as Sina likes to say.
knowing the face down burn card is the assassin,
All right, well,
Yeah.
I feel he
I'm
should have
going
maybe
to
taken some
play-
more time there.
the Oathbound
Oh, fuck.
into
It's the combo. It's
Into the
always
Fool.
combo. You have the combo every game.
and I'm going to pick up
Oh my god.
That was a low energy 8 dot,
Oh
Sam.
my god.
I think Master X obviously is
That's
kicking
nuts.
himself.
Okay.
But it's fine. He still's got the card advantage
Okay.
here. As long as he doesn't
I
play his
guess
queen
I'll
here.
Play the 6.
It all comes down to this.
That's right. He is okay still. He is still okay.
Do you have the queen?
Here she is.
Ah,
Does
damn.
wow.
That was a huge Oathbound, though. Oh my god.
1 point hand, which is gonna put him right over the
Too
edge.
bad.
That's all
There
he
it
needed.
All right, good game, sir.
It's all Master X
There you
needed.
have it.
Terrifically done. 7-3, Master X takes this first match of the inaugural Imposter Kings Tournament. Excellently played by both sides. Master X, some really terrific play throughout all of that. Every hand hard fought. Two great competitors who really entertained us tonight. Sina?
Yeah, I mean, that was amazing. I felt like we saw a lot of things go back and forth there. And it was just amazing to see a lot of those 3-point hands became into 2-point hands, became to 1-point hands, became even to a swap. So it's like really interesting to see all the different combinations there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get our runner up here into the chat so you guys can see him. What are your thoughts, Dan?
Oh, I mean, I think it's the same as what you mentioned, which is every single hand could have gone either way. Let me just fix the transition here. Apologies for that. Every single hand that we saw could have gone either way. And did. You know, there were cases where it was a surefire that player had it in their pocket for 2 points or maybe 3 and lost. And, you know, so much of that is the information asymmetry, and so much of it is the pressure. You know, sometimes... You know, this game is intense, and it can really force your hand sometimes. Johnny, thanks for joining us on our post-game Zoom here.
Yeah, for sure.
And, boy, hard fought. Every hand there hard fought, back and forth. Some real heartbreakers there. How do you feel coming out of that one?
Don't feel particularly good. I feel like I had a couple hands where I just totally misplayed them.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the game, right?
Yeah.
So luckily for you, I mean, this is just the first game. This is a double elimination, so you'll be heading down to the losers bracket. What did you feel was kind of the most pivotal game there?
The most pivotal game to me would be the game where I had, I think, both elders and both nines, and then only managed to pull 1 point out of that hand. I shouldn't have burned the assassin, which I feel like cost me. I think that was the game I burned the assassin, but.
You know, it's so true. In this game, it's often not the hands you lose that sting. It's the ones you didn't win by enough. Had one of those on last night against Sina where I had it felt like a 3-point hand, only got 1 point out of it, and it puts you behind the 8 ball in the scoring. It forces you decisions later on. It can really hurt.
Yep.
So what are you, when you get down to the losers bracket, what's going to be like, you know, what's your mindset going into that?
I mean, my mindset's pretty much the same as it was here. Don't lose.
Very good words to live by.
Didn't work out this time though, I guess. So.
Well, you played a really good hand. You played some really good hands there, and we really appreciate you coming out and having this post-game interview. Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
I mean, it's a fun game. Everyone should play it.
There we go.
And that wasn't a paid promo.
Well, here, Johnny. Thank you again for all the action tonight. Very well played. I know it feels bad right now, but you're very much in it still. See you over on the other bracket, and good luck over there. Maybe we'll see you again in the finals.
Sounds good.
Oh, before you go, are you going to continue to burn the Fool? I'm just curious.
Yeah, probably.
All right, get out of here. Okay. Thank you so much, Johnny Go.
All right, bye.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, heartbreaking for him, I think, especially with some of those hands. I think he's going to watch the VOD and kick himself on some of those hands, but he played really well in a lot of those hands as well. So got to give credit where it's due. And even though I make fun of him for burning the Fool, I actually love seeing it because it does play some mind games.
Yeah, exactly. And again, very well played. A lot of strongly played hands. Just a couple of bad breaks and a couple of cases where the breaks didn't go his way. So, but we'll see more of him. Not out of it by any means. And here we have tonight's winner. Some superb play, Master X. Superb play. Did you feel the pressure tonight? Every hand was very tense.
I felt the pressure. I had some correct guesses on my inquisitors and judges, and I noticed in the opening you said that there's only one card that you shouldn't know, but I felt like I didn't know any of the cards.
Well, congratulations. You won the first round. How does it feel?
Feels good. I mean, I've said that Assassin is a trash card in the past, but after that Assassin win early on, I felt like that was just a great trajectory. I mean, clearly Johnny had some great matches, so a lot of beginner's luck over here.
Well, you played superbly. Made, especially that first hand, we're remarking you made some great moves, and moves that really took a lot of sensitivity about what the game is capable of, and I think that bore out in the results. And it is true, you're absolutely right that an Assassin win feels like it counts like more than just the points because of the mental games it plays as well. So did you feel that sense of satisfaction when you played that, knowing that you were maybe grabbing a psychological advantage?
I did not think about it at the time. I was just thinking more about trying to remember the rules of the game and not messing up the tournament.
I think you did a fantastic job, and I see that your wife is here too, and she's been spectating, I assume. She's been cheering you on in the background there, maybe giving you a couple hints.
She actually hasn't. I moved over here when I ran out of power on my laptop.
Well, with that kind of support, you can really see that if you have someone cheering you on, it really helps you get through some of the harder hands there. So what was the turning point for you? Do you think it was that first hand where you won with the Assassin, or do you think it was later on?
I think it was probably the Assassin. I was like, wow, maybe there's a chance for me here. And then, like Dan said, that confidence builder is just super important to keep the mental game strong.
Fair enough.
Well, Master X, congratulations again. You're advancing on in the winner's bracket. We'll see who you'll be playing up there in a little bit, but I think you've made a statement here tonight that you're a man to watch through this tournament, and looking forward to seeing you in an upcoming game.
Yep.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Sina.
Yep, thanks for coming, and it shows that you don't need to know all the rules in order to win a game of Imposter Kings. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Master X.
All right, well, that I think caps what I would say is a superbly tense and suspenseful first night of this first ever Imposter Kings tournament. Sina, any final thoughts before we start teeing up the next game?
No, I couldn't think of a more fantastic first game for this tournament, and I'm really excited to see both players throughout the tournament. We have our next game coming up on Friday at 9 p.m., and I believe that is going to be Midget versus Juno Balls, if I am correct on that. Let me just check here. Yep, that is true. So 9 p.m. on Friday, same place, same time, different day of the week, but still kind of similar. We will be having another game here, and it's going to be pretty close, I think. Both players have been actually working pretty hard against each other in terms of, I think they're training with each other. I think they are submitting feedback as we speak to the game and the tournament. So they're really involved, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see what they bring out for the tournament. That's
awesome. And so just to give everyone their bearings for the tournament, so Master X will be proceeding on to game number 7 In the winner's bracket, JohnnyGo will be dropping down and will play the loser of the Mr. Rogers Dolan match. The winner of that match will play Master X later on. And then, as Sina mentioned, the next game is Friday night, 9 p.m. on this channel, MDGT versus Juno Balls. That will be exciting indeed. If you want to, again, track along on the schedule and pencil out the time in your calendar, and believe me, you will, because this is all 100% unmissable. Right here on imposterkings.com, the whole schedule is there. And again, the next game is on the 7th, Friday night, 9 p.m. right here on twitch.tv/Dan Koch. So it should be a good time. Sina, any parting thoughts before we wrap things up tonight?
Nope. Just wanted to say thanks to all the contestants. Thanks to everyone. Thank you, Dan. And thank you. We've gotten big enough on the stream here that you even got a spam bot at one point, which is amazing. So we know that we're going famous here when we got that. So congratulations. And thank you again for being my co-pilot on this journey.
Well, thank you, Sina, for coming up with this terrific game and for co-piloting and organizing this as well. And thank you to everyone watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. It seems like you did, so really appreciate you coming out tonight. Hoping to see you again on Friday. Thank you again to folks who subscribe to the Twitch stream. That is the most hype thing of all. And for all of you out there, have yourselves a great night and see you on Friday. Take care.
One note. I mean, I have to do a hold it Apollo Justice style. If you are interested in playing the game, there is a link that you can go to. You can email me at www.theimposterkings.com, which will be dropped into the chat. You can also see the tournament status there and get in touch with me. I can definitely hook you up with the tabletop simulator version of the game so you can play with your friends at home. So sorry about that, Dan.
No, that's all right.
Goodbye, everyone.
Hey, if you're lucky I didn't get a super quiz plug-in. Good night, everybody, and see you again on Friday. Or if you enjoy trivia, Thursday night at 7:30. But anyway, see you on Friday. Take care, everybody.
Take care. Bye-bye.